After 4 weeks of unprecedented hype for an individual TV return, with the company going all out running commercials and video packages in practically every one of its weekly shows since December 9th, Triple H was set to make his WWF TV return tonight, with him and the company looking to justify the massive promotion of the past month, targeting a huge viewership boost on the night. Looking to start the year strong, with the WWF kicking off 2002 in what is already surely to be one of the most hyped draws of the year, with a loaded show planned for tonight coming from Madison Square Garden, as Vince McMahon was out first to take the intensity of the build-up to the first Flair vs. McMahon match to the next level, first introducing a Flair video package with highlights of his career and more WCW footage than ever shown on a WWF broadcast before doing a Flair impersonation, reintroducing Flair as a wrestler to the WWF audience with him outside of the spontaneous final Nitro match against Sting last March, set to work his first match back since feuding with Vince Russo in June 2000. And after settling into his on-screen authority figure role in the first few weeks of his WWF run, Flair got the ball rolling starting on the December 27th SmackDown to set up the McMahon match in a talked-about promo, which saw Flair going back on his 2-decade association with the NWA and WCW, saying that he always knew that WWF was the place to be in the business, while continuing tonight with another trademark promo face-to-face with McMahon to lead to a major heat angle, with Vince surprising Flair with a pipe shot to the head in the segment opening Raw big with a 4.4 rating. Raw's second highest rated opening segment since August, only behind the follow-up of the winner-take-all match a day after Survivor Series on November 19th. After the major opening segment, Raw followed it up with one of the biggest crowd reactions of the night, with RVD getting a big ovation in his MSG debut for a match against Test, picking up over 400,000 viewers to a 4.6 rating, while in the background angle throughout the night Kurt Angle was all over the building questioning the hype for Triple H's return while playing off and riling up the New York crowd with the "what" chants in a backstage promo, setting up a potential confrontation between them when Hunter eventually shows up later tonight. And with the show on the night just a few weeks ago almost officially announced by Linda McMahon as the brand split night between Flair and McMahon, with each taking over a different roster, with the date now pushed back again until at least after their first match at the Rumble pay-per-view to January 21st. January 1, 2002 saw the landscape of the wrestling industry changing, with several potential game-changing names now available as free agents, and with his Time Warner contract officially expiring last Tuesday. Nash's negotiations with the WWF heated up just 24 hours later, with reports on him reaching an agreement with the company to potentially debut as soon as Raw in the Garden tonight, leading to Nash responding to the rumors with a message on his website a day later on Thursday saying that reports of him signing with any wrestling organization are currently incorrect, not denying him being close to reaching a deal in the near future, but instead only noting that no paperwork has been signed and he's yet to receive a contract from the company, with talks in the lead-up to the Big Raw on Monday night linking Nash to Triple H's return to potentially shoot a major angle on the show, either in connection with their previous history in the Clique or separately to build intrigue, with the hint of the planned Outsiders reunion, with anticipation that Scott Hall is coming in soon. With Raw closing out the first hour drawing its highest rated and most watched 9 to 10 p.m. hour since November 19th, drawing a 4.6 rating with over 6.3 million viewers. First with a Jericho promo hyping his upcoming match against Rikishi, followed by Steve Austin cutting one of his most memorable promos of the past year, leading the Garden crowd with a "what" frenzy while announcing himself entering the Rumble match, followed by hyping his tag match with Rock coming up next, with the 9:45 to 10 p.m. quarter, which also featured a short Edge vs. Storm IC title match, peaking the hour with a 4.7 rating. with the finish of the live SmackDown broadcast on Thursday building it up with Booker and Bossman laying them out to close the show, which drew a 3.8 rating with over 6.4 million viewers in the company's first live broadcast of 2002, peaking in the main event of Rock vs. Booker for the #1 contender at the Rumble pay-per-view. Raw's top match of the night was next, with Rock and Austin teaming up against Booker and Bossman in the top of the hour quarter, going 8 minutes with Austin pinning Bossman with a stunner to go over, and with the mega hype the Triple H return got in the past month, raising comparisons to the recent TV returns of Rock and Austin after lengthy absences, with intrigue to see how Hunter's rating compares to their return viewership spike with heavier promotion, with Austin getting around 2 weeks of hype for his TV return in September 2000 to help boost Raw's debut on TNN to the most watched show in its history at the time, while Rock's return last July with just 4 days of hype shattered every record in the network's 18-year history, with figures that remained untouched, drawing a 7.1 rating with over 9.2 million viewers, setting high expectations for the Triple H numbers for the culmination of the major build-up, which started as early as December 9th, with the Rock and Austin vs. Booker and Bossman tag match leading to Raw's biggest viewership spike of the night, jumping over 900,000 viewers to the highest-rated quarter on the show, doing a 5.3 rating with over 7.3 million viewers in Raw's most-watched full quarter in months, with the full second hour on the night, with the hype building throughout the broadcast, spiking huge to over 6.9 million viewers, making it Raw's most-watched hour since the 10 to 11 p.m. hour on August 5th, which did over 7.4 million viewers, built around Rock's first TV match back in a street fight against Shane McMahon. With Triple H about to make his first Raw appearance since May 21st of last year in less than 30 minutes, Hunter already made his wrestling return even before showing up on TV, with him working the 3 weekend house shows between Friday to Sunday, returning to the ring for the first time since the Austin-Benoit-Jericho tag match in May on January 4th in Binghamton, New York, to a massive reaction, and with Rock, Austin and Taker all having the weekend off, Hunter headlined in 3 tag matches, teaming with Kane against Angle and Jericho leading up to Monday, with Hunter also building up the hype for his return in several major media appearances on Monday morning, including an interview on The Stern Show promoting the big MSG Raw, getting personal and first public comments on his previous relationship with Chyna and his current status with Stephanie, and Vince's response to it, with Stern predicting him eventually getting into the McMahon family, with Hunter noting that he put on 10 pounds in the last 7 months during recovery, with him set to return bigger than at any point in his career, and after a successful experiment starting in September 2000 in Phoenix of running both Raw and SmackDown in the same market on back-to-back nights. Raw sold out the Garden shortly after tickets were put on sale, with SmackDown tomorrow expected to sell out in the next 24 hours. With Raw's 30 minutes in the middle of the second hour staying in the 5 rating range, first with the Jericho vs. Rikishi match, followed by a surprise title change with Taz and Spike going over the Dudleys to win the tag titles, with the final quarter opening with a Taker promo announcing himself entering the Rumble match in his only appearance on the night. After a full month of perhaps the most heavily promoted comeback of a returning star in wrestling history, Time to Play the Game finally hit at 10:56 p.m. to send Madison Square Garden to its feet, with Triple H walking out on WWF TV for the first time in over 7 months to an all-time great ovation in the biggest crowd reaction of his career, with Hunter, after years of doing everything possible creatively and politically to elevate himself into the top tier occupied by Rock and Austin, coming off on this night as a bigger star than he ever was at any point in his career, with hopes for him and the company to maintain the momentum and elevate Hunter's status and drawing power to the next level. And with massive pressure and expectations on him to draw a huge number on the night to justify the 4-week build-up to his return, Triple H's first segment back going 7 minutes into the overrun saw Raw spiking to a near 5-month high with a peak 5.7 rating with over 7.6 million viewers, making it Raw's highest-rated segment since the 5.9 rating drawn by the Kurt Angle Milk Truck segment on August 20th, as the loaded draw overall driven by the Triple H return hype, seeing the show jumping to a 4.9 rating with over 6.6 million viewers, with both figures also the highest since August 2001 to kick off the new year with massive momentum heading into the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, as after Austin and Taker announced themselves for the Rumble match earlier and with Rock vs Jericho for the title and the first Flair vs McMahon match already set for the event, Triple H followed by Kurt Angle officially announced them entering the match to make it one of the most star-studded Rumble pay-per-views in history, ending up with Angle confronting Hunter, saying that a quad injury kept him out for 8 months when he won an Olympic gold medal with a broken neck, setting up Hunter laying out Angle with the first pedigree back to another massive reaction to close the show.